All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second match of 5 Digits European Cup 2026 today, and we will be covering another matchup that is pretty close on paper. It's gonna be Italy, seed 9 versus Kazakhstan, seed 10, and today in the commentary booth you have me, Philoxen, and today I am also joined by the lovely Timper. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. Ready for this match. Jumped in a little bit late, so I hope I can do my best in this commentating booth. But yeah, this match between Italy and Kazakhstan, before they were in different matches, and now they are matched up against each other as ninth and 10th seed.
Yep, that is true. As mentioned in the previous stream, yep, Turkey caused some issues, so we had to readjust the bracket, and therefore you have that banger matchup. You have Italy, who literally is kind of a dark horse, at least like in the eyes of those people who did predictions. We kind of did not expect Italy to perform such great to get in seed 9. And on the other hand, you have Team Kazakhstan. Last year, Kazakhstan was on a generational run, get into top 5, top 6 from what I remember. And this year, trying to put up the kind of the same performance. And speaking of both of the teams, I believe just was reading the chat. But yeah, speaking of both of the teams, they are really close on those qualifier seedings. There is literally almost no differences between the two. It's like, yeah, for sure you can say that, for example, Italy had the lowest seed on like Noma 2 getting seed 19 and Hardrock 2, which was seed 13, but on everything else, they were in top 10, and pretty much the same story applies to Team Kazakhstan. Their lowest seeds were like Noma 2 and Hardrock 1, which they both got seed 16 on, but still, everything else was way higher, so the difference in skill sets is not that distinct, and this is exactly what you would expect from such a matchup with such close seedings. In fact, their average scores are also pretty much the same. It's only 7k score difference between the two, so this
Yeah.
is one way to put it, but they actually have a pretty massive difference. And the thing is, Team Italy is more balanced on the overall team balance, so they do not have those crazy hyper carries. Of course, they have Poof, Xylem, and Lorarif, they're the core players, but they are not that strong like individually. They support each other really well, and they have great synergy alongside Rinko, Gianni, and Noob Gaye especially. And on the other hand, you have Kazakhstan that has an insane player, which is Imashka Pro getting seed 9 in the entire tournament on individual stats. And also you have Poisonous, a really strong tournament player coming back from 2-3 years ago, where he used to just destroy all of those 5-digit tourneys. And yeah, those two, they are just insane. And with their supports, which are Hahami and of course, primarily, this is kind of, a same matchup temper because of the skill sets, but also the approach of both of the teams to the maps is quite different, if you ask me. So, the really intriguing stats right here, and I am just all in. I believe we are finally jumping into bans.
Yeah, we do have the first ban for Kazakhstan, which is the HR1, which is looking from the qualifiers. That's pretty good because they were 16th and Italy was 6th. So, and Italy now banning Nomad 2, which is, I think, just a ban because they're not comfortable in it, because Kazakhstan also did not really do that well. They were both 16th and 19th on that in qualifiers, so I think they're just banning this because they don't like Nomad 2.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just also, not because only it might be RNG for them, but also we saw some performances in the previous matchup where it was Russia versus Switzerland, and Russia got a 4-way FC, and that's okay for them because they're seed 1. But also Switzerland, which were seed 16, they pulled off a really decent performance, getting over 3 million team score. So I think the overall consensus on this Noma 2 is that, it's pretty much easy for most of the teams that we have in the tournament, and therefore they just decided to avoid it completely. And now we're finally looking at the first pick of Team Italy. And if I were Team Italy, Just
Yeah,
based off qualifier stats, I would honestly not predict anything. I feel like anything they feel like it's worth playing, they should just go for it, and we will see what strategies both of the teams decide to opt in the match.
yeah. Italy is technically the better team here on paper, but you never know. Anything can happen. Definitely on this lower star rating pool in the first round of a tournament. Coming out of qualifiers, anything can happen.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, based off their stats, they got a really strong performance on that Nomad 5, which they got number 6 on, but that was a gimmicky Nomad 5. So, considering this time you have a speed map, I would not go for it. And the other ones that they performed really well on were those DTs. So, like DT2, for example, where they got seed 5 overall. But anyway, even if you decide to pick that, Kazakhstan is not far behind. They got seed 8 on that. So, it's just both of the teams can pretty much catch up on each other's glaring weaknesses
Where's the
and
number 5
strengths as
though?
well. Oh, oh,
The number
so.
5 is picked by Italy.
Huh.
Number 5 actually. The funny thing is, Kazakhstan was number 7 on number 5 in qualifiers, and Italy number 6. So they the score difference only about 4,000 in qualifiers. But as you said, the map is a little bit different from what it was in qualifiers. So
Oh yeah, I mean
see,
this one is completely different. It's 245 BPM tapping, raw tapping. I would say it's a great way to put it. It's a map from Kiara, also known as C, also known as Rumia, and she's a really great tourney mapper. And this map, you can get around 1.5k combo on it. It's basically bread and butter for those tapping players, for those who love it. And luckily for Italy, they just happen to have a bit more of those crazy tapping players. It's also really good for Italy that Poisonous, which is one of the carries of Team Kazakhstan, does not really like those tapping maps, so probably one of the hard carries of the team is not going to be present here. But still, you have, of course, you have Hahahami, and I'm for sure expecting Emochka Pro to show up. So gonna be a fun thing to watch, and there you have Pooh, Xylem, and Diani. So those three are great having players, and you also have Tide, who is your DT specialist, who was present on those DT2, DT3 maps, so makes sense that he is in for the money on that Nomad 5, which is another tapping map, but it actually looks like Poisonous is here.
yeah, Poisonous is probably one of the more well-known players in the tournament community. Being around for years upon years, even when I was first staffing the Stages Tranquility Cup, like when I started staffing, he was in that tournament as well. So, yeah, he's probably one of the best known players in this lobby.
Yeah, that is for sure. I think what we must just mention is that you're actually not seeing the carry of the team, which is Emochka Pro. In fact, fun thing, like 10 minutes before the match, Emochka was like, guys, where do I grab the map pack? So I would consume, if your carry has not practiced the pool and has only got to it now, it's gonna be really tough for you. So without
Yeah, it would be
Emochka,
scary.
I wish all the best to Team Kazakhstan, and good luck to Team Italy of trying and not losing their first point.
Yeah, we're getting into the map here. It is Italy's pick, so it's Italy's map to lose. And to try and get this first match for them in this tournament started off right.
Indeed, so far it is an uncharted territory for both of the teams. They both kind of not sure what the others can do, so I would expect a bunch of those breakpoints here and there, Timper. And so far, this is exactly what we've been talking about. It's kind of coin flip, even though it's just the beginning, but still the accuracies are pretty damn close to each other. It's just 9k score difference, and Xylem is going to be the first one to drop first blood.
Yeah, and with that, Kazakhstan does keep that small lead, but Poof now also misses right before this break, which is terrible. I think it's 2 slider breaks because they both still have S ranks.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Slider has a bencher break.
Ours a bench break, but otherwise this map, because we have 6.0 OSR pool, it does consist of a lot of those boss ladders that might catch you off guard, and I think this one was the real break right here, Timper, before another actual break, so they know what's happening. Kazakhstan is pulling it off with this triple FC. Tide might fall, but the other three are here, and they are pulling themselves together.
Yeah, Kazakhstan now increasing their lead. Tide does break again, but those 3 FCs on the side of Kazakhstan, silent breaking again. It's just Italy that is dropping those misses, which are hurting their team score.
Yeah, they got the momentum, but now there is a break from Poisonous, and that is actually gonna put things back on track. There is still a ray of hope for Italy. 1/3 of the map is left. Dansuflame and Gianni are still with those FCs, trading Hahami and a Secret Cube respectively, and so far it is undecided. It's only the recoveries that are actually pretty much traded as well, Timper. This is really tense.
Yeah, Simon does find another break though, hurting that recovery. Hoof now the only one left with the recovered combo. Is a little bit ahead of Tate and Poisonous, but that double 200 recovery is just a little bit stronger than that singular 300.
Yeah, no, you could feel the tension between the nodes right here, and that last tap-in section is the one that is gonna put one thing from the other one, and here we are entering it. Who is gonna be the first one to fall? Does Kazakhstan have what it takes to keep the balance?
Oh, no.
But no, a Secret Cube with the break. Flame is also trading him, and now it's a 1v1.
The score difference is decreasing little bit by bit, but it's over. This last spinner of this map seals the deal, and Kazakhstan takes the first breakpoint of this match.
No spin to win, and that is a major turning momentum already for Team Kazakhstan. This is what I was afraid of for Italy. This is what happens when you have such close seeds to each other. Of course, you have Gianni, who got insane FC, but just got traded by Hami, and this is what just leaves you thinking that, yeah, both of those teams, they have those specialists on any single skill set that you have in those pools. And with this, I think we all know what we're dealing here with. Kazakhstan now needs to try and just win their own pick and try to capitalize off the difference, because if they don't, and I believe Italy really wants it, it's gonna be 1-1. And speaking of Italy, they are very energized towards this match and towards the tournament overall. They tried to prove us all wrong in those predictions, and they did it, so I don't think they're gonna leave it like that.
I hope they don't, because this is the first match of this tournament. They still have another match to go if they do lose, and each team has at least 2 matches, even in the switch stage. So, or at least 3. I think it's 2.
Oh yeah, at least 3.
Is it after when you lose 2, you're out, right?
Oh, after you lose 3, you're officially knocked out of the Swiss stage. And if you win 3, you advance to quarterfinals. So 16 teams enter Swiss stage, but only 8 teams will advance to the bracket stage. But yeah, regardless of that, Kazakhstan, even though they won that Nomad 5, they cannot be confident in other tap-in maps because still the difference was pretty damn close. And then they're just deciding to go to a completely different direction, which is DT3. El Mismo Sol, you have some Spanish representation right here in the pool, the banger song, and it is basically an alt DT map. It requires a lot of control, a lot of alt skills, and some snap alt here and there. So it is kind of similar to what we had in qualifiers, with the exception that this one does not have tapping at all. It's just your aim, it's just your alt skills. And this is something that Poisonous is really confident in.
Yeah. And of course, this song is probably a pretty well-known song around the world. Definitely in Europe, I think. Being a pretty well-known summer hit from years ago.
Oh yeah, no, you just have to hear that.
Yeah, this song is a banger. You don't hear it enough.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of been dropped from radio stations because it's so old.
Oh my god, this is tragic. But yeah, no. without the sad part, we can see the actual rosters right here. We're seeing Peru in the lobby. He is a pretty good hard rock player, so you know his control skills are not here to be doubted. You also have Tide, who's a pretty good field player, and of course, who's a actually strong tapping player, but also specialized in those DT maps alongside Poisonous. Poisonous did FC GT3 in qualifiers and got around and got in top 10 by individual stats over there, so this guy is gonna be the one to watch out. Dance to Flame, Lorif, Poof, and Xylem. Lorif, Poof, and Xylem are your core players, so all eyes on them. Dance to Flame also did really well on that Nomad 5, so I believe in a good condition is gonna be another tough battle for both.
Yeah. I think every map in this match is going to be a battle. Because they're just so close in skill. But yeah, we'll see how Kazakhstan can do on their first own pick. And let's see if they can consolidate that breakpoint they just got.
Yeah, indeed. And so far, just the early days, just right off the bat, is gonna be the accuracy difference on the side of Team Italy. This map, as you can see, requires a lot of that control, a lot of quick reaction because it's also AR 10.1. But so far, no one in the lobby is actually finding breaks as we're finishing with the first KI.
Yeah, it's just an accuracy lead for Italy. But now Tate does find that first miss. And Italy's not trading it, just running away with it.
Just one break, but that one break matters a lot because we're already approaching the halfway point of the entire map, and that one break already allowed Italy to capitalize that 160k score difference. But the second KI is still here. They just cannot allow any breaks if they want to bring back that break point they just lost before. Oh god.
Bench lagging a little bit. And it's just Italy that's holding. Tate does find another miss, the third miss that he finds in this map, and of course now also finds a miss, which probably just consolidates that point for Italy here. Peru also finding that break, and it's just total collapse for Kazakhstan here. Poison is the only one that's holding.
Yeah, no, the fortress just fell one wall at a time. It's only Poisonous swinging his sword. He is cornered, but he is still trying. But that difference speaks for itself. 1 million difference. And Lorif is just running away with that 99. And all the others as well. It's a quad FC. Will they be actually able to pull it off on the break point? No, down to play. I jinxed it, but it doesn't even matter. Look at that difference to improve.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's stuck. The difference is stuck. It cannot go further.
Oh my god. They broke the scorebar with this one. Yeah, so oh my, a breakpoint after a breakpoint. That is such that's such a weird, such a unique way to start this matchup. And yeah, you know, I'm definitely here for it. Kazakhstan, they flew too close to the sun, and the map made them pay for it. So
yeah, breakpoint after breakpoint.
Sure.
No,
yeah, no.
We're back at square one.
Sure. But you know, that is actually a really good thing for Italy. It's now their pick, and they know for a fact that that alt department, that alt skill set, they have the upper hand on. And Nomad 3 is still open. They did not ban it. So considering DT3 and Nomad 3 are the closest maps in terms of like they share the same skill set almost.
Yeah,
I think that might be a very rational pick.
Yeah, and of course the difference between the TTs and Nomad, of course, Nomad 3 is normally an old pick, just that it's a little bit slower, lower AR, which is probably easier to read for most of the players, instead of that AR 10.1. But we'll have to see what Italy picks here, because we are back at square one, and we're gonna hopefully see Italy win their first own pick here. If they do pick a map that they can win.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what's interesting? The fact that we know is that this pool is very much accessible for both of those countries, and it's gonna be the battle of who is gonna be luckier on some certain maps. And speaking of, Free Mod 1, arguably the easiest map in the pool, is actually being picked right here by Italy. That is crazy. It's just your consistency check.
Yeah, and the only difference being that some of the players have to have mods on. I do have to
Ooh.
look up the free mod rules again.
Oh yeah, no, the free mod rules is one player has to go either easy hidden or easy hidden. The second one needs to go hard rock or hidden hard rock. The third one is force mod, and the fourth one is free mod. So you can pick no mod. Yeah. So ideally you have 3 mods and 1 no mod. But we shall wait and see if some team decides to overmod. But I do not think this is gonna be happening in our today's zone because things are spicy right here.
And what is the easy multiplier on this map?
Ooh, the easy multiplier is 2.4, and then the easy HD is 2.7. Or 2.6 or something.
So it is beneficial to go for easy, but it's probably harder because it's consistency. And the map is probably pretty long, it's 3.5 minutes.
Oh yeah. It is quite long, so maintaining the great score with easy, that FC with easy is gonna be really tough, but at the end, if you manage to FC, that's gonna pay you off a lot. Well, now speaking of the rosters and the mods that they might go for, I feel like Poof is a really strong hard rock player, might go for it. Same thing for Xylem. And maybe Lorif for just, that stable FC, even though Lorif is also pretty cracked at hard rock. Gianni would go with hidden. He did play all of those hidden maps in qualifiers and did really well on them. And for Kazakhstan, seems like they're still switching their rosters, but I'm more than sure that Poisons will go either Nomad or hidden. And yeah, then Hahami maybe with Nomad, of course, could go with hidden as well, and Emochka either Nomad or hidden.
Is Hahami even in this map? It doesn't look like it.
Interesting.
It's gonna be Emo, of course, Poisonous and Offrain for Kazakhstan, and probably Poof, Lorev, Gianni, and I think Xylem, but Xylem is having some technical difficulties and is restarting their client really quick. And they are already back, so hopefully that fixed it, because they couldn't put on their mods.
Yep, seems like it. So yeah, we got Xylem back on track. We got the appearance of Offrain for the first time in the lobby. Offrain is a really old friend of Poisonous. Like, they come together when they sign up for tourneys. And Offrain could also very well go for hard rock, if you ask me. So, I would say overall, those teams are pretty good at hard rock, but if there's gonna be a battle of hard rock, I feel like Italy is still gonna have a slight upper hand just based off their hard rock 1 stats and qualifiers.
Yeah. And now we are seeming to get the map started here, and let's see what the mod combinations are. You do see a normal for Poof, a hard rock for Xylem and Lorev, and an easy for Gianni, with a hidden for both Emo and, of course, no mod for Offrain, and a hidden hard rock for Poisonous.
You're very interesting distribution of mods right here. For Gianni, we will need to count his score later in case things get really dense at the end. But so far, seems like the difference is the same, and Italy is gonna be having the early lead just because of those 4 FCs and the accuracy, and also the easy multiplier that is still not present right here because it needs to get counted in later.
Yeah, so the score difference is going to be just because of that easy. Because easy, of course, in-game does 0.5 to your score, so... Yep. And we do see that lead now for Kazakhstan, but it's just fake.
Yeah. Well, I think this time around, it's still just like slowly but surely moving to them, but so far it is Italy winning by around 20k, and they're seeing that break. It is.
I think it's more.
Yeah.
Because it's 2.4 for the easy, so it's 200.
You're right.
It's like almost 300k that he's at now.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy, and. Okay, this guy knows what he's doing, so for Italy it's really good. They need to hold on, but Kazakhstan is not backing down at all. There is a slow part so far, just attempt to fix their accuracies, and oh my god, this is getting really tense. We just seen those 8 FCs, and I jinxed it once again. Poison is gonna be the first one to fall, not the player you want to see breaking first.
And we still see all FCs on the side of Italy. Even Easy holding on with a pretty good accuracy as well, of course, because it is a little bit easier. And Poisonous, and of course, both find a break right before the spinner.
Oh god, those 2 breaks are diabolical, and Italy knows that they broke. But Xylem also misses on absolutely nothing right now. Just a reverse slider caught him off guard as we're entering the last KI, of course, to top it off, missing once again. And with that, you have a 3-way FC versus a 2-way FC. Image and Offrain trying to do whatever they can, but now actually they're already finding a break. And that leaves us to see 2 FCs versus 2 FCs. That is the battle of carries right here, Timper.
Yeah, and I think it's still Italy that's in the lead just because of that easy score. The easy multiplier being 2.4 is just increasing that score by so much.
Yeah, props to Italy for actually still having the upper hand because of that easy, and Poison's breaking once again. He's not the one FCing, but still, he built up a solid recovery. And they know what's happening, they see the difference. Maybe even the easy multiplier will not be needed for Italy because of how cracked Poof and Gianni Moran these scores are. And that is an insane way to get back on track after losing the point, winning another break point, and now winning your own pick, establishing dominance, and bringing it over to your side and keeping control of everything.
This is crazy, they're winning. They're winning with an easy score. Oh, wait. Oh, Gianni?
The easy score?
Did they disconnect? Right at the end?
I mean, you know, it's
it doesn't really matter because we have the score here.
We have the score here, and we can very well do math and figure out that it's not gonna be Kazakhstan's point. It's gonna be Italy's point. So yeah, I believe we will get it changed really soon. Squiddles, can you please give the point to Italy if you can? But yeah, insane scores. Poof and both Gianni are insane core players for the team. You know, Poof just overall almost perma lobbying everything, and now getting that FC outscoring Offrain with Nomad exactly what his teammates needed him to do. And Gianni, not only those hidden gimmicks, but also easy is his strong suit, and that's 2-1. So, you know, probably not the best option for Kazakhstan to try and pick free mod 2 in their next pick, but Italy, I could see them very well try and opt in that option later on.
Yeah. Also, just an FYI for Sheeter, the MP links on the sheet are not working.
No way.
They're linking to either the main sheet or the ref sheet, and not a multiplayer link.
Very interesting. We will get the results really quick. But yeah, what can we see right here? Kazakhstan tried to go for DS3 and they lost it. They did not go for Nomad 5. Italy went for Nomad 5 and Kazakhstan won it. But once again, trying to go for another tap and nap is not the best thing to do right now. Maybe some other skill set, maybe something that Italy banned, which is Nomad 2, which will not work. So I would go to completely different skill set if you ask me. And they are going for DT2 actually, which is quite similar to Nomad 5. Timber, what do you think about it?
Yeah, Nomad 5 was won by... I need to remember again. Kazakhstan... or the other way around. It's hard to see, hard to remember. Let me check. Yeah, it was the first pick. Oh, yeah, it was Kazakhstan. Yeah, if it's same, Kazakhstan does have the upper hand, and if they are playing it, I think they are feeling comfortable.
They are feeling comfortable, and that's great. But like Italy already backfired on that Nomad 5. So I feel like it's just a desperate attempt to try and this time turn things in Kazakhstan's favor. And well, it better work out for them because they do not want to see another breakpoint. It's gonna be 3-1 in this case, and that's basically you being 2 points away from getting knocked down to the 0-1 group in the Swiss stage.
Yeah, and it's a group that is gonna be hard to get out of again, because more teams that are 0-1 are gonna be there and are also trying to get back up.
For sure.
Of course, getting a 0-1 rating is hard for you as well in the later stage, because it does mean that you're going to be less high in the bracket when we do get there.
Yeah, no, things will get more and more desperate as they escalate down that Swiss stage in case they lose. So they need that win, and both of the teams actually do. And for that, they are sending in their best players. For Kazakhstan, it's those 4 guys: Emochka, Hami, Poisonous, and Offrain. You know, they're your core players. Though I believe I did expect to see, of course, more on that DT2, but seems like Offrain is gonna be there instead. Poof, Lorif, and Xylem are, you know, the 3 core players of Italy. They just need to make sure they get the right support for that task, and maybe they will manage to repeat the Nomad 5 incident.
Yeah. That's weird. The scores on the MP Link are, like, for the last map, it's only a 2v2. Bench are just kind of breaking. But yeah, Italy did get that point, even though it doesn't show on the MP Link. And it's now Kazakhstan that wants to try and get that 2-2. We're still waiting a little bit, I think, on some technical... Oh, Poisonous is stuck, I think.
Ah, I see. Yeah, something going on with Bench or either with the internet, but hopefully will get resolved. Also, I'm sorry, I got really confused when I saw Dansu Flame in the lobby, because I honestly did my research and I did not know who Dansu Flame was. But that is up until I realized Dansu Flame is a rename of a guy who played qualifiers for Team Italy. And I'm really thankful for that, because this guy's nickname used to sound like an N-word, so thank you for actually letting us to be able to pronounce the nickname properly now. That's a W rename right here. I really appreciate it.
And it seems Bancho is still trolling. I'm looking at the status of Osa right now, and I do see that Bancho is kind of dying in terms of connections.
That's not what you want to see.
Like, connections are dropping.
In this scenario, because, like, you know, all of those players, they are really trying right here. They're really focused. So any minor inconvenience might just completely send them off track. And yeah, this is just really sad when this is happening. But I'm seeing good luck, have fun in chat. Also, A Secret Cube is gonna be joining for Team Kazakhstan. A Secret Cube is a DT player as well, played DT in quals, so no doubt the guy is here. And let's go, Timper. We're actually here, but we will not have that much time to commentate because it's 1 minute and 22 seconds. So, oof, gonna be a fun thing to do.
Yeah. This time the AR is under 10, so most Noah players should be able to read it. So if they did good on the Nomad 5, they should be able to do this as well. Of course, the DT is, of course, a weird mod that is sometimes just unplayable for no-mod players like me. But we'll see how these players do it.
Yeah, and there it is, the first happen section. Rinko and Xylem are gonna be the first one to drop, and this is exactly what Kazakhstan needed. They got momentum, they just need to hold on right now. And just looking at the overall accuracy situation, look at that, 89 from Dance of Flame and Poof with 95. Compared to Kazakhstan's accuracy, 99 from Emoshka and 96 from Poisonous. This is really strong performance from them right now.
Yeah, Secret Cube does break, but Xylem trades it. And with that earlier break from Rinko, Kazakhstan is taking a huge lead.
Oof. No, this is nothing like Nomad 5. This is the end of the map. It's just gonna be sliders, maybe some tapping by the very end, but Overall, it doesn't even matter. 600k score difference, 3-way FC, 2-way FC. Poisonous and Hahami are still FCing. And that is gonna be it. A very rapid victory, very unpredictable, and yeah, they basically surprised Italy with this one because, you know, to me personally, that Nomad 5 rivalry was really damn tense, and I expect something similar, but no. Poisonous and Hahami with Imoshka, unfortunate choke, just completely pulling this map apart.
Yeah.
So 2-2 now.
And it is indeed 2-2. Both teams having a breakpoint and a map win. And it is first to 5, so if this does continue like this, which it's only 4 more maps, we could get a tiebreaker.
We very well could, and you know that would be a great way to start the Swiss stage. We did see some stellar performances from both Russia and Switzerland in the previous match, but it was a sweep. And you know it will be very versatile to get a tiebreaker right here, but you know that's just us dreaming. We're only officially entering the mid game of the entire match. Both teams traded breakpoints and both teams won their own points once, and that's gonna be really interesting. Kazakhstan, based off their DT2 win, those tapping maps are definitely seem to be suiting them. But the catch is there are no more tapping maps left, so sure they discovered the weakness on DT2, but they could not abuse it in the next picks. And for Italy though, I think it's slightly different, Timper, because they still have that Nomos 3, even though it is not AR 10.1, even though it is lower BPM, it is still alt after all, the general skill set, and they are going for it.
They indeed are going for that Nomos 3. Hoping that they can keep this one instead of losing that first map. But yeah, we'll see how we're actually. Yeah, this map could be really different from the other old map because of the difference in speed. So hopefully they do have that no tapping skill in there. And hopefully they can keep this map, because if they do lose here, Kazakhstan could go into match point if they win their own pick next.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you think about it, in the previous matchup, that Nomad 3 was quite doable for both Russia and Switzerland, who are the lowest seed in the bracket. And they got around 2.7, 2.8 million team score. So there is only two options. First one is that this map is kind of easy for teams overall, or the second one is that Switzerland is completely cracked at the game. And you know, we shall wait and see how it actually ends up by looking at some other teams play it. It's gonna be Poof Noob Gaia finally showing up for those control slots that he is pretty good at. Xylem and Lorif, of course, always here. And you see in Peru, of course, Imoshka and Poisonous. Poisonous specifically with Imoshka are gonna be those two just completely tanking the control aspect. They pull off some insane performances on both Nomad 3, Nomad 4, and Nomad 5 maps of qualifiers. And of course you have, and Peru right here. So a pretty stacked rosters from both of the teams. And you know, once again, Timper, I think it's time to see some crazy close rivalry once again that we saw in the first maps.
I hope so too. This map being 3 minutes long is quite a long one. So we'll have to see how consistent they are on this kind of tapping plus the aiming. And so far, with Bancho lagging a little bit, we see everyone getting a good start to this map.
Yep, indeed. Bancho once again is here to completely ruin the day, but still, this map is demanding a lot on that snap alt aspect. There is very little flow. So in this case, in this department, it's even more similar to DT3, which was also heavy on alt, but not as much. Now Poof though, fighting a break, having that 96% accuracy, not gonna help his team a bit, and that is putting Kazakhstan that's giving Kazakhstan some room to breathe.
Yeah, most of these patterns are pretty like comfortable to hit. It's just that if you just have one small lapse of your concentration in this map, you just miss and lose your combo. Because most of these patterns, these players are hitting pretty well. But it's of course now also finding their first miss after Poof found it earlier. But Kazakhstan is in the lead now.
God, only 40k score difference. That tension is insane right here. There is currently a free combo section, so nothing is gonna change much, but the second Kia is gonna be where Legends either rise or break, and this is what we are fighting for. But so far, it seems like this map is no issue for most of the players, and here we are, the most intense section, and of course finding another break, but now it's a break from Perun as well.
Peru finding that break is painful for Kazakhstan, losing their 3-3 full combo and only leaving 2 on the side of Kazakhstan. Italy now, with those 3 I wanted to say, now 2 having that lead of almost 100,000, or about 100,000. But Nukaya did find the break.
Yeah, oof, and a break from Lori right before the break. Kazakhstan, they smell that blood in the water. And slowly but surely, if they do not break, it's gonna be shifting over towards them, because Poisonous is here, Imochka is here, and Zalum fighting the break. He was that FC that they need to hold on to the most. And right now, Poof is fighting a losing battle. He's the only decent combo, but there is nothing you can do against Poisonous and Imochka. Will they be able to hold on?
Yeah, it's probably expected of them to hold on in this map. And so far they're doing it, holding on to those 2 full combos against none on the side of Italy. Peru does find another break, but it doesn't matter. Kazakhstan is taking the lead here and has a dominating win.
Yeah, that is it. 100k score difference. And, you know, Kazakhstan did not just play better, they played smarter with this one. Like, it wasn't that much of a big difference, but they needed that additional 100k score to secure a pretty stable victory. And like, this is how you win battles, one cut at a time. This is what exactly Kazakhstan is doing, establishing another break point. So, you know, Timper, kind of today we're getting those back and forth break points, back and forth just picks. So would you be surprised if Italy got another one?
You know, everything has happened so far. We have breakpoints, we have normal map wins. Anything can happen, and it's up to Kazakhstan to pick the next map now. So it's either they go into match point or Italy comes alongside again. And they still have quite a few maps to go off. Nomad 1, Nomad 4. Both hiddens are still unpicked. The Hard Rock 2 and the DT1 and the Fremont 2.
And I mean, yeah, it's like Kazakhstan won an alt map, Italy also won an alt map. So like you cannot use any more alt because there is just none. Same goes for tapping. You run out of tapping options. And that basically means that you need to try out something new. And you mentioned hidden, you put it very well. And especially considering Kazakhstan got seed 5 on hidden 1 in quals, and that Italy got seed 11 on it, you could pretty much say that Kazakhstan feels a bit more confident on it, and seems like they are listening to the stream right now and they're going for that hidden 1. Lighten will be really happy because it's our headful and also the mapper of that awkward aim map, his hopes and dreams, and he's also Kazakh, so you know, gotta get that mental boost right here for all the Kazakh players, and for them, hopefully will work out. And for Italy, it's another tough challenge for them to get a break point, because this is where, you know, you will actually get to see the difference. You will get to see which teams deals with pressure better. And if Kazakhstan wins this one, it's gonna be guaranteed tiebreaker at least for them.
Yeah. Are you saying that Kazakhstan has an advantage in this map because of the map?
Yep. Kind of.
But yeah. So yeah.
Anyway,
this map, of course, another well-known song. Toby Fox is just an amazing artist in my opinion. such iconic songs that this guy has made, and seeing it here, just such a fun song to play to. And this map, the hidden one, the first hidden picked in this match, is definitely, I think, in the advantage of Kazakhstan. But we'll have to see, because we have said that about other maps as well, and then Italy won, so...
Yeah, Italy did, but this time Kazakhstan trying to capitalize once again, but you see Gianni, who is the hidden carry, and he's really good at precision as well, so I don't think that hidden one is going to be an issue for him at all. And then you also have Noob Guy, who is really cracked on those DT1 No Mode 1 type of maps, so hidden one, I'm pretty sure is not going to be an issue. And then you have those carries who are Poof and Lori Riv. Xylem is not here, but it doesn't even matter. You could expect anything from these, and of course Kazakhstan is not backing down. They also sending their best players in for the map. It's going to be Emoshka and Poisonous, and they're going to be supported by, of course, who's really good at aim, and Peru, who is pretty strong on those precision maps as well.
Yeah, and we're getting started in this map. So far, the accuracy lead is on the side of Kazakhstan, but it's really close right now. Of course, it's only his armor, but Gianni does find the first break for Italy, which increases the score lead for Kazakhstan a little bit, but it's only the started map, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, last time Gianni was the one actually carrying the team, but seems like now Italy is gonna be actually carrying him instead, and of course finding a red break. That puts us a very much equal situation. It's just the accuracy that was played on the side of Kazakhstan, but not anymore. Perrin just fighting a break, and that leaves the two strongest players, Poisonous and Emochka, here alone against a three-way.
Yeah, and you can see that score lead dwindling, moving towards the side of Italy, and we're getting closer, and I think Italy does take the lead here. Still with those 3 FCs, and a really good recovery against the 2 FCs on the side of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, they got what it takes so far, and they're not breaking. We're entering the halfway point of the entire map. And, those cross-screen jumps do not seem like a big issue to them. Of course, okay, Gianni found a break, but it doesn't really matter. Of course, just traded him right away. And Emoshka finding that break, traded by Lori, but still, it's actually 1-1. Oh, hold on.
Noob also finds a break after Loriv, and it's just break after break on each team. Poof now also finds a break. There's no FCs left on the side of Italy. Poison is now the only one holding an FC and is taking the score lead back from Italy and bringing it to Kazakhstan.
Okay, and now Poisonous is just the shield between collapse and a comeback, and looks like he is actually finding that break is not gonna play on Kazakhstan's interest. Noob Gaia and Loriv are the only ones with decent combos, 40k score, and there is a break. This is the point of no return, and this is one hell of a situation to be in for both of these teams, Timper.
Yeah, and with only a little bit less than a quarter of the map left, and with, I think, combo lead on the side of Italy, still, this could switch. And it is slowly going the way, but Poof does find a miss, increasing that score lead for Kazakhstan a little bit. But
oh my god,
if Noob and Loriv both hold,
they just need one break from Kazakhstan, but it's not happening. Okay, 2 breaks now, but that's not what they need. It's in fact growing towards Kazakhstan because of those. And that is the heart that is gonna be broken for Team Italy right here. Another really close difference. Last time it was No Mod 5. Kazakhstan lost it by 30k. This time around, it is hidden one. They took their redemption, they took their revenge, and they are now on the match point.
Yeah, Kazakhstan indeed taking this map win, bringing themselves up to 4 points in this match, and bringing themselves also 1 away from this match win. It is up to Italy now. They are picking, so it's up to them to decide their fate. And they're going for Nomad 4.
They're going for Nomad 4? Ooh. This is... like, Timper, I honestly cannot be sure like which maps are favorite to any of the teams, because once again, looking at that Nomad 4, okay, looking at the qualifiers, it was pretty close in terms of seedings, and Currently, I think what matters right now is just the mental state. If Kazakhstan feels themselves good, they have everything that what it takes to bring it to their own board. And Italy, they need to defend it right now. They're one step away from being knocked down. They are swapping their rosters, and yeah, makes sense. They need some time to chill, because always being in the lobby is not the best thing for your mental health. Anyway, regarding the map, it is Inner Circle. It is mapped by Vox. Vox is a phenomenal tech mapper, and this map was a custom for 6EC 2025 Grand Final. So yep, you like to see, you know, the big brother of 6EC actually taking it in their own pool now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great map. It's a great map. It is only 5.4 stars, but the slider tech aspect of the map is great because once again, you should go check out Vox's maps because they're really great. Otherwise, we are looking at a very heated rivalry. It is Puvjani, Morandi, and Loreriv with Xylem. They're finally getting Xylem back because the guy was not here for a hidden one, but now he is in to try and save his team one more time. Poisonous Emochka. Okay, no questions why they are here, and Terran as well for that tech. Gonna be supported by Off Rain, which I don't think I have seen Off Rain play in Nomad 4 in quals before.
We have seen them play earlier this match. But it's up to Kazakhstan now to try and win this map. If they do win here, they are winning this match and they are knocking Italy down to that 0-1 record and knocking them down to the low matches in the next week. But it's still up to Italy to try and keep their own pick, to try and keep themselves alive, to try and get to that tiebreaker. But we'll have to see how Italy performs on this pick, and we're getting the map started hopefully right now.
Hopefully right now. Hopefully Banshee will not ruin this moment, because so far it tried, but it never succeeded. But yeah, the Italian players need to succeed more than Banshee right now. They need a third point, they need some grip on what's going on, because if they want to win, they need that tiebreaker security. And so far, this map is gonna be really long to play, so nerves might be kicking in by the end of the map, and this is something you don't want to have if you are Italy. But right now, just nothing outstanding so far from either of the teams. Is just the intro of the map, and once we get to the KI, this is where things will get tense.
Yeah, so far it's Kazakhstan with the small act lead, but everyone so far holding onto their combos, but it could change if we do get into the higher intensity parts of this map, which I think we're going to start now. And Poof does find a break right before. Harry does trade it, but it's Kazakhstan who keeps on to this lead.
That is an insane advantage. No, not advantage, but it's super tense. It's like every node adds fuel to the fire timber, but Offrain is gonna be breaking currently. He goes down, and Emochka also goes down. Even though Poof finds a break, it doesn't matter. It was not an FC. Xylem, Loriv, and Gianni are here, and they are striking once again. Get in the. Never mind, bro. The Banshee is trolling right now. Oh my god, this map.
Offrain does find another miss though, and it is Poisonous and Emo against the 3 of Italy. And Italy is just increasing their lead now because of this triple FC.
Yeah, for sure. Even though that break from Emochka was not real, still the lead is on the side of the Italians, and it is very intense. And right now is just the free combo section, so it's gonna slowly but surely get Italy more of that score advantage. But you know, there is no lead, there is no mercy between those two. It's just pure contest, and so far Italy is winning.
Yeah, and Perry does find that next break, which hurts Kazakhstan's chances of winning this map even more, and brings the score further and further into the hands of Italy, which has increased the score lead to about 150,000 and increasing. And with that triple FC that's still ongoing, and with off-frame again breaking, it's increasing even more.
That is right, but there is still some ray of hope for Kazakhstan. There is that last KI, but I don't think that break from Imachka was a fake one. I think that's an actual one, and that basically leaves Poisonous once again fighting a losing battle. He's trying to 1v3. Bencho is completely losing its mind, but we can clearly tell, ladies and gentlemen, that it is Italy with 2 FCs, and Poisonous dropping the last one. That basically leaves them all alone on the battlefield. Gianni Morandi and Lori surviving the challenges of the map, unlike everyone else, and they are gonna be securing that 3rd point.
Lori does find a break right at the end, but Gianni still holding on, maybe even getting the FC, which would be crazy on a normal 4.
Holy, no, this map was pretty tough for both. Okay, and there's just no FCs on that map. But it's okay, it could be the end in nerves, but the damage has been done. He did what he needs to, and honestly, everyone on the side of the Italian team just pulled themselves together, and,
Yeah, really impressive scores. Definitely both from Loriv and Gianni. The accuracy is a little bit low. You can see that they're basically tied with Poisonous and Emo because of the accuracy difference.
Oh my god. Oof, and no, that only adds fuel to the fire. It's 3-4, and last pick of Team Kazakhstan. They either win right now or they completely destroy their nerves on the tiebreaker alongside the Italian team.
Double picking is allowed.
Yeah, double picking should be alright.
So I'm guessing they're going for hidden too?
Oh.
Did they pick the hidden last time? Yeah, they did. So I think they're
did.
going for hidden.
Okay, I mean, no, I can very well see that coming
And
from
it is.
Kazakhstan. Yeah, here it is. This is the official last pick of this matchup. It is going to be Apricot, Iowa Fit Hatsune Miku. And, this map is a bit tappy, a bit some rhythm here and there in those bursts, and also the density overall in the map is pretty tough, even though it's 6.0 stars. Some, I believe, 1 or 2 playtesters did say that it might be a bit too hard for the pull, but honestly, with the caliber of these players, I do not even think that matters. And after all, you had Russia and Switzerland playing this map decently well. But yeah, for these two, Timber, this matchup is full of surprise, and you never know which team pops off on the next map.
Yeah, I don't know how good Italy is gonna be at the AR8 though, because if they are struggling on the hidden 1 already, this could be tragedy in the making. Because
this could be tragedy.
This is the last map for Kazakhstan. If they do win, they win the match. If Italy wins, we're going straight to tiebreaker. So Italy is going to be nervous. They have to win here to try and stay alive. Kazakhstan are just fine already. They have tiebreaker locked in. If they win, they win. That would be good for them. If they do lose, they have tiebreaker still to go. But for Italy, it's now or never.
It's like, Timper, on paper, Italy is stronger on Hidden 2. They have Gianni and Minion 24, and they put some great performances in the qualifiers on those Hidden 2 map, in this Hidden 2 map, in both runs. And Kazakhstan was lower than that, but still, the tension might be causing troubles right here. They understand what is going on, and on the other side, you have Poisonous and you have Imashka, who also performed decently well on that Hidden 2. And after all, they are picking the map, so you would hope for Team Kazakhstan that they practiced it, and we shall wait and see.
I hope they feel comfortable on it, because this Hidden 2 is always one of those maps that you have to feel comfortable on, because they are just such an annoying skill set, which some people are just really good at.
Yeah, and so far Minion24, who is good at it, actually finding the opening breaks, allowing Kazakhstan to get that early advantage, and it's not looking good for Italy, especially considering so far it's not such a dance part, but of course it's actually gonna be getting tripped up by those bus sliders.
Yeah. And with that, the score lead is slowly receding and going towards Italy, and Italy is slowly taking it, but it's swapping back and forth because of the accuracy difference.
Oh god. No, it's just back and forth. You never know where it will land. And double break, triple break. Poof and Hahami both have seen the map now finding breaks. It is once again a 2v2 fight. A 4v4 match turned into Gianni Morandi Lorif against Imochka and Hahami. But now finding a break. It's now just Imochka 1v2ing, but it's not working. With time, you look at Gianni Morandi, it is 99.3% a weapon accuracy, and Lorif here with almost 98. They both are outscoring Imochka, and the support is also here on the way. Poof and Minion24 are supporting them as they should.
With Poisonous finding a break, losing that second full combo they had in the other maps, it's just Emo who is holding on, but Minion does find another break, but it doesn't really matter because it was not the FC, and it's just those two FCs from Gianni and Lorif who are taking the lead in this match and holding on to it.
Yeah, no, it's like Kazakhstan, they charged into fire, but they lost their shields, they forgot them. And Gianni Morandi and Lorif are not letting that slip. They are here, 120k score difference. It's still undecided yet, but so far they just need to see at least one more break from Kazakhstan, and it's gonna be a done deal. It's gonna be a tiebreaker secured. Speaking of course, it's finding that break. He was the third highest score on Team Kazakhstan. Still though, Kazakhstan does not want to let it go like that.
Yeah, and with that break from, of course, it's just Emo plus the two supporting combos from Hami and Poisonous. With this free combo section, most of it right now, it's just increasing the score lead that Italy already had with those two FCs and the two supportings.
Oh yeah, and there's just 1-6 left. Already 250k score difference. I believe that is enough for Italy. That last guy is still here though, but no one seems to fall. It's just skyrocketing at this point right now, Timber. It's 320k. Yeah. Is last 20-30 seconds left, and Imochka to top it all off finds that break, the last FC. The last warrior has fallen in that hidden to battlefield. And I am glad to announce, Timber, I think we are going for a tiebreaker.
I think so too. Something has to have go drastically wrong. I think it's just over. I don't think it's even possible anymore. Italy finds another breakpoint, the fourth breakpoint of this match. And with that, we go to tiebreaker.
Oh my god. That is just insane. I'm setting up a stream thing right now about tiebreaker happening.
Well, we said this at the start of this match. This could get really close, and it has delivered. We have the first tiebreaker of 5EC 2026.
Oh god. Okay, here we go. The announcement is done. Wait for a bunch of people to show up. And yes, if you just joined, basically what's happening is that Kazakhstan was winning 4-2, but then Italy completely turned on that beast mode and got 2 points back to back, and now we are at 4-4. And with that, it's going to be the first tiebreaker of 5EC, as Timper already mentioned. It's going to be into Cosmos. A 6-star tiebreaker. It is 6 minutes and 26 seconds, so there's going to be a lot of breaks, a lot of upsets from players, and overall, I cannot even imagine how bad it is to be right now in either of these team situations. Lorif is forcing timeout.
Yeah, and understandable.
Yeah, understandable. You know, Italy already getting 2 points back to back. They need some leg room. They need some time. There is no one in the lobby right now, actually. What's going on?
Probably there's probably someone in the lobby, just not on the first 8 slots.
Yeah, that's probably right. That's probably right.
And I think we're getting 2 timeouts in a row.
Both
Both Kazakhstan and Italy are both using it. How long is the timeout?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. You know, they can only force 1 timeout per match, and this is where they decided to enforce it.
Well, yeah, the thing is, like, for a best of 9 match, you don't normally use your timeout only if it's really needed. Because best of 9 matches normally go pretty quickly. But they're both at 4 points, going into tiebreaker. Italy just won 2 maps in a row. Kazakhstan just lost 2 maps in a row. So currently I would think the flow is with Italy, and they should be feeling a little bit more comfortable. And I think Kazakhstan is just trying to reset themselves, to try and reset their mental, to try and get their best performance in for this tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's like they both use their timeouts, but they use them for different reasons. Because yeah, Kazakhstan, they need to just get back on track, so their coach or their captain just needs to completely make them, you know, energized and basically fix the morale. And for Italy, they just need to not overthink, because they already are in a pretty good state. I believe they are in their greatest conditions right here, and they just need to not get too excited about what they're doing right now. And you know, Timber, regardless of what happens between those two, I just want to wish like best of luck to any of the teams that is gonna face the loser of this matchup in the 0-1 group stage.
Yeah, because this match has shown that both of these teams are neck and neck in terms of skill, both trading points and also getting points off of each other at the same time. It's just that both of these teams are showing that they belong in this top 16 in the Swiss stage, and it's going to be hard to see one of these teams drop down into the lower part of the Swiss, being a step closer to elimination.
But I mean, no matter which one of these is gonna lose, it's like in the second round you will have the highest seeded teams facing the lowest seeded teams in both of the groups. So in 1-0 and in 0-1. So they will be placed, you know, at the top of their group as they're just the higher seeded team. And they will be paired up with one of the lowest seeded teams in the second round. So it's not gonna be that bad for either of the teams, because, you know, first of all, they're pretty strong on themselves, and second of all, that reason with the seeding. So you know, I am expecting both of these teams to hear from them once again. I think they both have chances to even make some upsets, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And we are seeing some people join the lobby again. Hopefully, how long has it been since the time? I think it's almost done.
You know, I wish it was done.
So hopefully we can see the players join the lobby again, and we can get this 6.5 minute tiebreaker started.
Oh yeah, you know, speaking of the tiebreaker, I did hear some things about it, that overall it gets pretty spiky at the end, and you know, that will only leave us at, you know, even higher tension, because, you know, if it's quite easy for the first 2 or 3 minutes, it basically means that all of those players are gonna build up some crazy combos, and then they will all be kind of nervous, and then you will see those death spikes, and this is when the actual battle will begin. And that's gonna be just such a tremendous moment, and such colossal breaks from players are gonna be quite heartbreaking to see.
Yeah. This is going to be a difficult map to watch because, and indeed, if you said that the end is that spiky, if there's just one player that just drops so many misses on the end, it could impact their score because the scores on Kirby 2 are more accuracy driven. It could hurt their score so much.
No, yeah, dude, and like both of those teams are more than capable of maintaining high accuracies. You know, overall, no, this tiebreaker is very much consistency based and also techy. So something you would expect from a tiebreaker. Doesn't have that much tapping, but still. You've already seen enough tapping, ladies and gentlemen. You saw that Nomad 5, you saw that DT2. And yeah, honestly, those two are kind of RNG, so good to know that we're not gonna see that RNG battle once again, but who knows? Who knows? We are finally approaching the start of the tiebreaker, and the final lineups are here. It's gonna be Wolf, Lorif, Xylem, and Dansu Flame for that fill. And they have Poisonous, Emochka Pro, and Hahahami, and they're also joined by Paru. I'm surprised Of Course is not actually present on the map, as Of Course is one of the stronger aim players, stronger consistency players on the roster of Team Kazakhstan, but I guess they know better. So yeah, on paper you have two extremely consistent rosters. Those are the best players in the teams.
Yeah, and with I think we have all the players in lobby. We do see Gulag have fun in the chat. So I think we're getting this map started. The first tiebreaker of this year's 5-digit European Cup is starting. Italy versus Kazakhstan, number 9 versus number 10, actually, number 8 versus number 9. We're gonna see who moves on to the upper part and who drops down to the lower part of the Swiss stage, starting right now.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be launched into the cosmos, which is the name of our tiebreaker. 6 minutes of pure competition between the two. Both of the teams, they made a long way. They both went through blood, sweat, and tears in this matchup already, getting 4-4. Kazakhstan trying to finish Italy off, but Italy not giving up until the very second. And with that, we shall see who will win on that tiebreaker and who will go up and who will go down into the second round of Swiss. With this, let us take you for an adventure.
Yeah, this start of the map, pretty relaxed, some small jumps, and just getting slowly into this map. Kazakhstan does have a small ACK lead of about 5,000 score, but it's only the first part of the map of almost 6 minutes of drain time. So there's a lot more in this map that we're gonna see.
Yeah, there is a lot to see. And by the end, it will be just one miss and the whole tower crumbles. So that'll be pretty tragic, but for now, they have some time to just clear up their minds. They see that all of them are FCing, but I do not think it's gonna be an issue for any of those players, as they literally went through hell. And with that, the first KI is actually starting, so some potential misses might happen here, because it is harder than the previous section of the map.
These players are all holding pretty well in this first KI. Only some act drops from some players, but so far, everyone is holding.
No, yeah, it's like the crowd is hovering, waiting to see who claims it, but no, it's actually going to be Xylem, a player from Malta, being the first one to fall, one of the carries of Team Italy. And that gives them a 20k score difference. Kazakhstan is taking over the lead slowly but surely right after that first KI. We're only 1/3 through, anything might happen, but so far Kazakhstan needs to hold on to that quad FC.
Yeah, the quad FC on the side of Kazakhstan is indeed helping the score lead increase and increase. There is some discrepancies between the combos, which is can be thrown up to slider ends, but we do see two more misses coming from the Italian side, both Dance Flame and Lorif breaking on the same object.
Oof, and that is not even a disc spike, it's just a really unfortunate double break. They both went down, and with that, they're leaving Poof fight alone. And that is a full combo reset. Only Lorif was 150 is here. Hahami might fall, but Emoshka, Perun, and Poisonous are here as we are jumping straight into the second Ki. And right now, that gap is gonna turn into a canyon, but no, Emochka and Perun actually finding those breaks. It's now just Poisonous doing the best he can. And you know, Timper, we have 230k score difference. Do you think it is even possible for Italy
Well,
to
we
bring
still
that?
have half of the map left. That's almost 3 minutes of playing. The thing is, Italy has no big combos. They only have recoveries. Against Poisonous, who still has that 1200 combo, and the other teammates trying to recover their combo, Kazakhstan is just going to slowly increase their score lead here. And with Dance Flame finding another miss, that's not going to help Italy coming back in this map.
Yep, and you know, Poisonous he has come too far to break right now. He is flawless, he is fearless. He's striking once again. We're 2/3 into the map and we're entering the guitar solo section, and he is not breaking on anything. Hahami goes down. Italy is recovering their combos, but Lorif goes down as well. Same for Xylem. One by one, they're just falling behind each other.
And it's just Poisonous who is holding on to this amazing score of 99.6 with full combo. And you can see that he sees what he's doing, and that he knows that he is the only hope that Kazakhstan has, because if Kazakhstan does drop, or Poisonous does drop there, it could still get really dicey if Italy can hold on to any combo.
Yeah, there is still a chance. You see some ray of hope in Poof, but no, we're entering the last Ki. It's last quarter of the map left. And Poisonous is really stable with 99.4% accuracy, 1.7 combo. Is he gonna be able to manage to lock in that 2k combo to FC the map? He is just carving this map open right now. It's I am scared of this guy. Holy.
That's amazing. The performance that Poisonous is showing us here is crazy. He does find a miss though, but it doesn't matter. He has done the work he needed to and has given Kazakhstan a lead of almost or over 400,000 score now. And with a lot of players missing again and again, I think it's going to stay like this. And I think with about a sixth of the map left, I think Kazakhstan has it.
Yeah, no, Poisonous had that killing blow. He had that last stab. He delivered. He came when his team needed him the most. And that is just no other than the return of the forgotten legend. Poisonous is in for the money after that year or 2-year break. He is here to put up some insane battles against all the other teams, and the first one on his hit list is going to be Italy. Italy, huge props to them, because they managed to get 4 points. They were losing 4-2, and it was just one god mode that basically landed the final hit on them. Yeah. But I think both of the teams can be very much proud of themselves. This is a very close matchup on paper, and this is exactly what we were expecting to see from that matchup. But at the end, it's going to be Kazakhstan, Poisonous, and his crazy supports taking the lead.
Poisonous getting an S rank on this map. Not even finding a break, no, a slider break.
Yep. Oh my god, that's an S rank, you're right. Holy, oh my days. Oh my days, that is quite scary.
But yeah, Italy fought valiantly, did recover from that 2-4 deficit, going back to 4-4, forcing the tiebreak out of Kazakhstan. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be, and Kazakhstan finds the win in the first tiebreak of this tournament and moves on to the winners part of the second round of the Swiss stage. Italy, unfortunately, having to fight their way through the lower part. But I wish them good luck, because I know with their performance in this match, they can definitely get through there. And good luck to Kazakhstan as well to getting further in the upper part.
Yeah, that was one hell of a match to commentate, Timper, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, glad it is over for both of the teams, and they got one more week to recover before the next matchups. For now, ladies and gentlemen, though, there is 100 of you watching the stream. I'm very much appreciating that. There is another match going on, which is France versus Finland on 5-digit European Cup B channel. So you should go check it out. I think eventually we will just raid that. I hope so. I hope I can do that, but with this, I think we can pretty much sign off, because you have been watching the 5-digit European Cup 2026. In the commentary booth, you had me, Velox, and joining me was the lovely Timper. Always a pleasure commentating with you, man.
Yeah, it was
For yep. As a streamer, you had Squidos, huge props, and that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you also, Molodis, for rapping. But yep, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna raid you to the 5-digit European Cup B in a couple of seconds, but for now, it's gonna be us saying bye-bye to you, and have a nice day, guys.
Yeah, have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.